Hello everyone, this is Jacob Goji here, and today I'm going to be doing another toy review. So today we're going to be reviewing the Playmates Gigan 2004. So this Gigan comes from the 2004 film Godzilla Final Wars. Yeah, it's a fantastic film, you should go check it out. So you can get this guy for like 13 bucks along with the other figures like Shin Godzilla, Space Godzilla, Destroya, and Gigan, which I'm reviewing right now. And you can also get the Kong as well. Alright, now, let's get started with the review. First, let's start off with Sculpt and Paint. So as you can see here, the Sculpt is basically a retool of the Bandai Japan Gigan 2004, but except they just modified some parts. Well, they kind of made the mouth a little bit more opened, and then they made the right arm more twisted. I mean the left arm, and then he's kind of more in the walking pose, and then his tail's a little bit more curved, and then his tip of the tail is much larger. Yeah, and paint job, honestly not bad. Paint job is actually pretty good. I mean, the paint job on the face looks pretty good. Yep, he's mostly painted like black, a glossy black. Well, just kind of wish he was painted like a little bit of a dark blue. I mean, we have some bright blue on there, which, you know, it's kind of odd. And the paint job, I mean, they pretty much, so the swords are painted a bright silver, as the beak and the tusks and then the horns are painted dark silver. Yep, and then we have the spikes on his chest, they're painted dark silver. I think the only thing they forgot to color in is that they forgot to color in the spikes on his other side of the chest, because they're also silver like in the movie. Yep. And then going down to the bottom, so you can see like, so these spikes right here are painted like bright silver. Yep. And then we have the feet, and then the copyright standards are like on the bottom. Yep. And then here we have the fins. Now the fins are painted a bright red. Yep, and then the lines are painted like a bright blue. But one thing I don't like is that they pretty much forgot to color in the fins, the black lines in the fins. Yeah, that's the only thing they forgot to color in. And then now we have the tail. So the top is painted bright silver, and so is the tip of the tail. Yep, and then that's all. So overall, Sculpt, well, the Sculpt is similar to the Bandai Japan Gigan 2004, but the paint job is at least pretty good. Starting off with articulation, so he only has 5 points of articulation, so yeah, you can move the arms, and then you can move the legs, but you can hear a little bit of snapping, so I recommend not rotating the legs too far because you might break it. And then the tip of the tail can rotate. So yep, that's all for articulation. Now we're going to be going over plastic quality. So plastic quality, well, unlike the other figures, this guy is mostly all hard plastic. Yeah, you can feel it. If you feel right here, the legs are hard plastic. All of it is hard plastic instead of hollow. The only part that's hollow is just the tail. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the way how the plastic is with the most Playmates Godzilla figures, because I mean the plastic just feels cheap. Yeah, and then we have the fins. Now the fins are made of vinyl. Yeah, that's the only thing that's made of vinyl. Yeah, I mean, yep, that's all for plastic quality. Now we're going to compare it to the Bandai Japan Gigan 2004. So the difference you can see here is that the Playmates is much taller and the Bandai is shorter. Yep, and another difference is that, I mean, they kind of modified it a little bit. I mean, the Playmates is standing up straight more than the Bandai. Well, the Bandai is kind of hunched over. Yep, and then another difference you can find is pretty much the arms. Well, the left arm on the Playmates has a twisted arm, and this one's the same as the other arm. And with pose, well, the Playmates is in a walking pose, and the Bandai is in a standing pose. And then here we have the fins. Yep, the fins are similar, but the tips of the tails, I mean, the Playmates is larger and in the Bandai smaller. So, which one do you guys like better? Honestly, I still like Bandai better. I mean, I do like Playmates too. I mean, it's pretty good, but I still prefer Bandai more. Time for final thoughts. So what do I think of this figure? Well, it's overall not a bad figure. It's actually pretty good. I mean, even though it's a stolen sculpt, I mean, the details are at least decent, and the paint job is pretty good, and the plastic quality is better than the other figures. So overall, a pretty good figure, and I recommend you guys picking this guy up if you want it or not. So yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.